Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's so close, thanks for supporting me, guys. Gervonta Davis vs Ryan Garcia. When will the weigh-in happen? Check Davis vs Garcia schedule. Gervonta Davis vs Ryan Garcia. Boxing news. The boxing world is buzzing with excitement as the undefeated 5-time three-division world champion Gervonta Davis stepped into the ring against unbeaten top contender Ryan Garcia on Saturday, April 22nd. The main event, which will be live on a pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, is scheduled for 12 rounds of intense boxing action, and fans can't wait to see who comes out on top. Before the big fight, however, there is one more important event that boxing enthusiasts can look forward to: the weigh-in. This is the moment when the fighters step onto the scales to make their weight official and ensure that they are ready to go head-to-head in the ring. Check out the weigh-in details for Gervonta Davis vs Ryan Garcia event. The weigh-in for the Davis vs Garcia fight is set to happen on April 22nd. The day before the fight show. The event will take place at Toshiba Plaza in Las Vegas. For boxing fans, the weigh-in can be an exciting event in itself. Not only does it give them a chance to see the fighters up close and personal, but it can also provide valuable insights into the upcoming fight. For example, if one fighter appears to be struggling to make weight, it could indicate that they may not be in the best physical condition for the fight itself. In the case of Davis Garcia, the weigh-in will be a particularly interesting event. Both fighters are known for their power and speed, and fans will be eager to see how they look on the scales. Davis in particular has a reputation for being a hard-hitting fighter, with 26 of his 28 wins coming by way of knockout. If he looks in top form at the weigh-in, it could be a sign that he is ready to deliver another devastating performance on the ring. So if you are a fan of boxing, be sure to tune in to Davis vs Garcia weigh-in on April 22nd. Who knows, you might just get a glimpse on the next boxing superstar in action, and get a taste of the excitement to come in the main event the following day. Floyd Mayweather warns of Gervonta Davis KO. Ryan Garcia won't wake up until next year. Floyd Mayweather Jr. came out to give his opinion on the fight between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia this Saturday, April 22nd. One of the best boxers of all time believes that it will be Tank who comes out victorious from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The undefeated lightweight sensations will collide in what promises to be the fight of the year in Las Vegas on Saturday night. The bout, in which Davis starts as the favorite, is the most anticipated, as it will be the most important of their respective careers. And Mayweather, a former 5 world champion, believes his former protege will put social media sensation Garcia to sleep in brutal fashion in Sin City. The 36-year-old boxing legend downplayed Davis' opponent in comments to Fight Hype. Ryan has not won any titles yet. We are not talking about any interim belts. That doesn't count. We are not taking anything away from the guy, Javier Fortuna, but he was just an opponent, he said. Mayweather says Tank Davis is in the best physical shape of his life. Floyd Mayweather didn't stop there and issued a threat against Ryan Garcia, guaranteeing that he will be defeated as he has Gervonta Davis in the best physical shape of his entire career. I'm going to have Tank in the best shape of his life, and just know that when I hit that guy, he won't wake up until next year. You know that. Davis, the Baltimore fighter, is brimming with confidence ahead of the fight in the desert, telling Fox Sports that he feels far superior to his opponent. He, Garcia, is not in the same class as me. I have the complete package. I don't think he has the complete package with his overall ability. Garcia doesn't pose any problems for me as far as having to change my game plan, Gervonta stated. Despite being confident that his hand will be raised, Davis is not predicting an early night in the ring. The WBA 135-pound champion said, "I don't want to sound cocky. I won't know until I get in the ring with him. His movement, his hand speed, I will feel him in overall. break him down for his mistakes, and then we'll get him out of there. Roll Davis, who's taken the entire purse of the fight with Garcia. Who wins Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia? Prediction, preview, betting odds, more. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia are set to meet Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view from Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, in one of the biggest fights we will see all year in the sport. We could ramble a bit more, but why? You know what the fight is, you know you are going to tune it. Let's get the picks. Scott Christ, record 32-17. On this week's podcast I say I was leaning Garcia, but that by the time we made our picks, my mind could certainly change. It did. And then it changed again. So I've been dialoguing with myself for days. Let me break a bit of that down in bullet points. I'm not real hung up on the contract stuff, the 136 catch, the registration clause, the late afternoon weigh-in, which isn't even a particularly unusual time for a big fight in Las Vegas. I just don't think it plays a factor in the fight. I think Garcia can win, absolutely. With his speed and power, his height advantage, he is major threat to Davis, far more of one than anyone Gervonta has fought thus far. When I say far, I mean far. I don't know if Davis will always be the better fighter between himself and Garcia, because time will be a factor. Davis is 28, Garcia is 24. Davis will be missing some amount of his career in the immediate future. But I think at the moment he is probably the better fighter, certainly the more complete fighter, the more finished product guy. I also think this fight, even with its electric atmosphere and great buzz, might think a little bit in the first half or so. On paper, you've got two power punchers with quick hands and stuff, but Davis isn't the guy who comes out throwing a lot of punches. Garcia and the trainer Joe Guzan may see that as something they can pounce on early, but I think Guzan is smart enough and has been around long enough to know this a major gamble too. Garcia could bank rounds using his length and his jab without taking big risks against Davis and his downloading approach early on. Then there is the fact that Davis' best work is as a counterpuncher. That's good for him because Garcia does have defensive flaws and all. But the speed of the Garcia punches is going to be a lot more than what we have seen Tank deal with as a pro. Not saying he can't handle it, but this is not cement-footed. Telegraphed shots rarely Romero either. I'm going on too long. You just want the ball part. So I'll just crystal ball it. I think we're going the distance, and I think we're heading for controversy. If someone hits the deck, it will be Garcia, but it may come down to what judges see in the defensive rounds more than anything else. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.